What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys the daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel that you love so much. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, wavy tee, or the brand new JALEN Make It Hurts tee. The last link is to subscribe to our podcast, Tough Calls, where me and Dylan have some of your favorite sports analysts, reporters, former and current athletes chop it up with us on the podcast. So guys, let's get into this video today. The 53-man roster came out yesterday. Jalen Hurts was named the starter for the Philadelphia Eagles. Finally, Nick Sirianni came out with it and said it. We already knew. And I know some of you guys, I was talking to someone in my comments yesterday, and they said some of you guys thought Joe Flacco was going to be the starter because on the Eagles website, he was listed ahead of Jalen Hurts. That doesn't mean anything, though, to me, because Jalen Hurts was working out with the starting group. He started in the games, the preseason games. He was working out as the starter. So it was assumed he was the starter. But Nick Sirianni finally confirmed it. Gardner Minshew came out today and said that Jalen Hurts was the first one to reach out to him after he was traded to the Eagles. So that's good. Good positive energy coming out the quarterback room. Some other little tidbit of news. We did sign Craig James and Michael Jacquet, two cornerbacks, to the practice squad. They didn't make the 53-man roster yesterday, but they are on the practice squad now. So guys, let's talk about the defensive line. The trench mob, baby. I'm really excited. The thing that has me most excited about this Eagles upcoming season, 2021-2022 season that kicks off in 12 days. Oh my gosh. The thing that has me most excited is the defensive line. I know Jalen Hurts has a lot of hype coming in, his prove it year. DEVONTA is making his rookie debut. That's all very exciting. Miles Sanders is going to be back. We'll have a real natural run game this year. Extremely excited. We added Steven Nelson to the secondary. Yeah, excited. We have a brand new coaching staff. Excited. Yeah. But the thing that's exciting me the most is our defensive line. It's about to go crazy. I'm talking about pressure. That pressure pack. Okay? We got that pressure pack up front. I'm going to say it. We should have the best defensive line this NFL season. We should have the best defensive line. I know the Washington football team, yeah, real cute. But we should have the best defensive line. Last season, our defensive line was supposed to be our bread and butter. And they weren't bad last season, but Javon Hargrave spent most of the season playing hurt. His first season with the Eagles from the Steelers. So there was that. And like I said, we were third in the league in sacks last season. But the season amounted to 4-11-1. And there were a couple of games where the defense just held up. If the defense just held up, gave us a couple of more stops, then we could have won those games last season, especially against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this season, I'm super stoked again for the defensive line. And we have a lot of young guys on the defensive line as well. It's not just our old heads. Brandon Graham, we got Derek Barnett, we got young guys too, and Milton Williams, Josh Sweat ready to step it up. And I have some numbers too to talk about Tarron Jackson. Tarron Jackson, our 6th round pick out of Coastal Carolina University. He had a great showing against the Jets in our last preseason game. We're going to talk about him in 1 second, but first I just want to reiterate the fact that we're not playing with y'all. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about these other teams. Freaking Cowboys. They don't know what the pressure is. They have nobody applying any pressure. They got DeMarcus Lawrence, but that's it. Atlanta Falcons. They want to talk about Grady Jarrett. They live and die by Grady Jarrett. But last season they weren't putting up any pressure. And what did they do to bolster up that D-line? We spent time bolstering our D-line. We have a new defensive coordinator in Jonathan Gannon as well. I just want to tell y'all, our defensive line is be bringing that pressure week 1 against the Atlanta Falcons. And the thing that's really special to me about our defensive line is that it's made up of veterans. We have a lot of young depth we're about to get into, but it's primarily made up of veterans. And what that means, week 1, they're going to be ready to go. When the Falcons are trying to figure out, Kyle Pitts is trying to figure out his relationship with Matt Ryan, freaking Russell Gage and Calvin Ridley are trying to figure out life without Julio Jones getting double teamed for them. When they're trying to figure out their run game because they don't even know who they got behind Mike Davis. Yeah, we gonna know what we doing, and that's called putting that pressure up front. That's why I'm not worried about the Falcons. We had a live last night with me and Dylan, and some of you guys were there. But we're gonna have a Falcons Eagles preview. Right now I'm talking about the D line, but the D line is gonna be our bread and butter, okay? And I'm getting into Tarron Jackson 1 second, but we're putting all that pressure up front, and then we got some depth behind those guys, okay? We got some depth behind those guys. Rodney McLeod has been elevated. We have Anthony Harris, of course, coming from the Vikings, safety. We got freaking Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, Avonta Maddox. Zach was looking promising. So we got Avonta, Steven, and Darius Slay. We're going to have Anthony Harris and freaking Rodney McLeod when he's back healthy. Our linebacker group is looking promising too. TJ Edwards, Sean Bradley, they looked really good at practice. We in preseason and everything, we ended up keeping 7 linebackers, so that middle of the defense is looking solid. Then that D line, crazy. But I really wanted to talk about Tarron Jackson, because Tarron Jackson, and if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Tarron, it might be Tarron. If I'm saying it wrong, I already know you guys are gonna let me know. Tarron Jackson has been getting some praise, especially from Pro Football Focus, and they gave him a 90 overall pass rush grade in his game against the Jets, our last preseason game. So we have young depth coming off the end in Tarron Jackson. We already know Josh Sweat is going to be a beast. Josh Sweat has 6 sacks last season, and he's going to be ready for some more. Like I said, Milton Williams, he's been playing on the interior, but he can play on the exterior line as well. One of our young draft picks, 3rd round pick, was Milton Williams. And then we still have Javon Hargrave, who wasn't playing at 100% last season, but he's going to be playing 100% this season. And we not playing with you boys. And then we got freaking Ryan Kerrigan as a depth piece. Don't play with us, period. So this is what Pro Football Focus had to say about our guy, Tarron Jackson. So Tarron, they said, had a breakout game versus the Jets. He had 5 pressures plus a forced fumble on 25 pass rushing snaps. So on 25 pass rushing snaps, he had 5 pressures and a forced fumble. And we knew when he was coming out of Coastal Carolina had a great season last season. We knew when he was coming out of Coastal Carolina, he was going to be a power player, and he's really showing that. And guys, this is our depth piece. Our D-line, y'all, is just really the D-line and the offensive line. I just love how we're building up the depth. And like I said, defense wins freaking championships. Our defense won our Super Bowl. Defense is going to be what wins us however many games we win this season. And I have us winning 11 games. Okay? Yeah. And they gave him a 90.5 pass rush grade. So Tarron Jackson had a great showing in the game against the Jets. Josh Sweat, another young guy who's been looking great. Like I said, our D-line is not going to be something to play with. It shouldn't have been anything to play with last season. But this season, we tightened up, we depthed out, and we ready to go. Okay? We ready to go. So let me know what you guys